Chapter 12. RAGHAV. July 9th, 1:02 p.m. Last year. By July, the routine is no longer something I notice. It has settled into my day in a way that doesn't need attention anymore. Lunch at 1. Same floor, same people, same conversations that shift between work, random observations, and things that don't really matter but still somehow continue every day. Today is slightly different. Not in a way that stands out immediately, but enough to break the usual pattern. "Don't come to the cabin," Mira had said in the morning itself. "Birthday treat, downstairs." "Whose birthday?" I asked. "Mine," she said. So instead of heading towards the IT cabin, I walked straight towards the ground floor around 1. The cafeteria is louder than usual, more crowded. Lunch hour peak. The smell of food mixes with voices, movement, and the constant background noise of trays, plates, and conversations overlapping. I spot them near the far end. Mira is already talking, mid-sentence, as always. Nisha is sitting beside her, listening with that same half-engaged expression. Akanksha is opposite them, scrolling through her phone. She looks up briefly as I reach. "On time," Mira says. "Miracle." "Normal," I reply. "Sit," Akanksha says, shifting slightly to make space. "We order food." Too much food, actually. That seems to be Mira's definition of a birthday treat. The table fills quickly. Rice, rotis, paneer, some random sides that no one really needs but still orders. For the next 20 minutes, the conversation is loud, scattered, and continuous. Mira talks the most. About her birthday, about work, about something that happened last week, about things that don't require this much explanation but still get it. Nisha interrupts occasionally, mostly to correct or reduce exaggeration. Akanksha adds small comments in between. I listen. Respond when needed. It feels different from the cabin, more open, more noise, less contained. At one point, Mira suddenly looks at Akanksha. "Did he listen to that Deepak track?" she asks. Akanksha glances at me for a second. "I told him," she says. "It was good," I reply. Mira raises an eyebrow. "Just good, it was good," I repeat. Akanksha smiles faintly. The conversation moves on. By the time we finish eating, the table is a mess of empty plates and unfinished items. No one wants to move immediately. "I need ice cream," Mira announces suddenly. "Of course," Nisha says dryly. "I'm going," Mira continues, already standing. She looks at us. "Coming?" I shake my head. "No, too full," Akanksha adds. Nisha waves her hand. "Go, we'll come later." Mira leaves, already checking something on her phone. For a moment, the table is quieter. Then Nisha's phone rings. She looks at the screen, sighs, and stands up. "I'll just take this," she says. "Client?" Akanksha asks. "Yeah." She steps away. And just like that, it's just the two of us. We sit there for a few seconds without speaking. "Walk?" she asks. I nod. We leave the cafeteria and move towards the open walkway area near the building. The post-lunch heaviness makes walking feel like the only logical thing to do. The sky is slightly cloudy, not dark, but not clear either. We walk side by side, no particular direction, just moving slowly. "That was too much food," she says. "You ordered," I reply. "It's Mira's birthday," she says. "It's allowed." I nod. For a few minutes, the conversation stays light. Work, random complaints, small things. Then it slows. The wind picks up slightly. I notice the change before I consciously register it. The air feels cooler. "Looks like it's about to rain," she says, looking up. "Maybe," I reply. We keep walking. A few seconds later, the first drop falls. Then another. Within moments, it turns into steady rain. "Wait," she says, quickening her pace. We move towards a covered area near the side of the building. By the time we reach, the rain has picked up. We stop under the shelter. The sound of rain fills the space around us, continuous, steady, almost isolating everything else. For a few seconds, neither of us speaks. She brushes a few drops of water off her sleeve. Her hair is slightly damp at the edges. "Good timing," she says. "Yeah," I reply. The rain doesn't slow. We are standing closer than usual, not intentionally, just because of the limited space. I look outside, water hitting the pavement. People running to find cover, vehicles slowing down near the entrance. "This might take time," she says. "Looks like it," I reply. Silence again, not uncomfortable, but more noticeable than before. She wraps her arms lightly, rubbing her hands together. "Cold," she says softly. I glance at her, then back at the rain. "You didn't check the forecast?" I ask. She looks at me, almost amused. "I didn't plan rain, Raghav." I nod slightly. A small smile appears on her face, then fades. The rain continues. For some reason, I don't feel the need to check my phone, or leave, or say anything unnecessary. Standing there feels enough. I don't think about it further. After a few minutes, the rain begins to slow. It's reducing, she says. Yeah. We wait a little longer, then step out. The ground is wet. The air smells different. Fresh, we walk back towards the building. Inside, everything feels normal again. We reach the lift. This time it's empty. We step in. The doors close. No one else enters. The lift starts moving. It feels quieter than usual. There is no background conversation. No movement. No distraction. Just the two of us. I stand slightly to one side. She stands opposite. I notice the sound of the lift more than usual, the mechanical hum. The soft movement between floors. I think of saying something. About the rain. About lunch. About anything. I don't. Because the silence doesn't feel like it needs interruption. The lift reaches the 4th floor. The doors open. She steps out, then turns slightly. Bye, she says. Yeah, I reply. The doors close. The lift continues. For a moment I stand there without moving. Then it reaches my floor. The doors open. I step out. The corridor looks the same as always. Nothing has changed. Still, something feels different. Not clearly, not in a way I can define, just different. I walk back to my desk, sit down, open my laptop. The screen lights up. Work resumes. But for a brief moment, my mind goes back to the rain, the silence, the way it didn't feel empty. I pause, then shake it off. It's just a normal day. Nothing more, and yet, a little longer than it should.